The 2024 BMW M4 Superior Execution Roadster is all business. Thick, solid bodywork hindquarters down over enormous tires, a misrepresented, however useful front streamlined machine oversees wind current, and a group of 4 of fumes pipes report the appearance of its twin super inline-6 motor with blasting power. Like the M3 that it shares a lot of its underlying and otherworldly DNA with, the M4 benefits from the automaker's M presentation division's work on its motoring case. The base M4 comes outfitted with a 4-3 twin super inline-6 chamber motor mated with a 6-speed manual gearbox and back drive. The respected setup for most extreme driver contribution, and BMW's choice to keep it on the book says a lot. The opposition trim does without the manual for an 8-speed programmed, yet knocks result to 503 pull. All-wheel drive is accessible on the opposition, and for the 2024 model year, choosing AWD accompanies a worth special reward as an extra 20 pull for a sum of 523 ponies. The M4's suspension is tuned for execution, and it'll compensate you with terrific degrees of grasp on twisty country roads and track days. Simply realize that each pothole and street flaw will help you to remember exactly the way in which instructed that suspension is. That, and the excessively perplexing configurable drive modes, are 2 significant attributes that we believe are taken care of with more artfulness in contenders like the Cadillac CT4V, Blackwing, Mercedes-AMG C63, and Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. What's going on for 2025? The opposition car and rivalry convertible models both get 20 extra torque for absolute result of 523. Both the front and back brightening components get new plans, the tail lamps using laser diode innovation enlivened by the restricted release M4 CSL. The level-lined guiding wheel gets new talked plan, while the infotainment runs on iDrive 8.5. BMW's most recent programming variant. Likewise on tap is another accessible produced light composite wheel configuration delivered in a dazzling silver completion. Valuing and which one to purchase. The cost of the 2025 BMW M4 begins at $80,295 and goes up to $96,295, relying upon the trim and choices. The M4 rivalry poses a decent case for dropping some extra coin, especially the 2025 xDrive models, which get a slight power support. All things considered, we favor the customary M4 for its manual transmission, back drive, and nearly objection ride. We'd likewise decide on the lightweight and extra steady M-Carbon container seats, as well as the M-Drive Proficient Bundle, installed float analyzer and lap clock, and the M-Drivers Bundle, which opens a higher maximum velocity and incorporates a 1-day class for superior execution driving, motor, transmission, and execution. The M4 is roused by a generous and responsive twin, turbocharged 3.0-liter inline-6 that comes in 3 degrees of tune. The rendition in the base M4 car makes 473 pull and 406 pound-feet of force. With back tire drive and a 6-speed manual transmission, it's a strong and engaging suggestion. The opposition model slopes up the motor's result to 503 ponies and 479 pound-feet. However, the solitary transmission decision is an 8-speed program. As an incidental award of sorts, the M4 rivalry can be outfitted with a model-restrictive back one-sided all-wheel drive framework. However, it swears off the instinctive rush of moving for yourself. Each M4 accompanies versatile dampers, customizable brake pedal feel, and an electronically controlled exhaust framework that gets stronger in endlessly sport. In addition to drive modes, the tumult can likewise be turned down whenever by pressing the M sound button. BMW additionally gives an unreasonable measure of movable drive mode settings that we think can weaken the driving experience that BMW's architects imagined. Fortunately, Our time behind the thick-rimmed wheel of the M4 rivalry exhibited its tireless speed increase, staggering cornering hold, and undaunted steadiness. The normal M4 rides on 18-inch front haggles in cheers in the back, while the M4 rivalry rolls on a bunch of staggered 19s in front and 20s toward the rear. The M4 highlights a carbon fiber rooftop that diminishes its focal point of gravity, and it very well may be furnished with a bunch of blur-safe carbon-fired brakes. In CD testing, the M4 car arrived at 60 mph in 3.8 seconds and cleared the quarter mile in 12 seconds level with a snare speed of 121 mph. The opposition model is discernibly speedier, shaving an entire second off the standard vehicle's 60 mph time at our test track with a blasting 2.8-second outcome. For 2025, the M4 rivalry car and M4 contest convertible X-Drive models get a 20 HP power knock for all-out result of 523 drive, enough we trust to make a gradual improvement in speed increase, mileage, and certifiable MPG. The M4 is EPA appraised for 16 mpg city and 23 mpg throughway. During our 75 mph mileage course, the 6-speed manual back tire drive M4 accomplished 21 mpg, somewhat under its EPA gauge. For more data about the M4's mileage, visit the EPA's site. Inside, solace and freight. However, the M4 shares its inside design and traveler space with the customary 4 Series car. It slashes to the energetic side with different novel materials and some race-roused choices. The standard M-Game seats highlight improved supporting with an incorporated headrest and enlightened logo. Ventilation is accessible. Weight-saving carbon fiber front seats are accessible. The M4's controlling wheel has been changed. The new level base unit with altered spokes accessible in either certified cowhide or false calf skin. One way or the other, the thick-rimmed directing wheel includes a couple of red buttons for adaptable M-Drive modes. Gentle restorative updates incorporate a dim graphite matte completion for the trim, encompassing the dashboard, control board, and cup holder as standard hardware. The lodge can likewise be improved with extra carbon fiber trim pieces and extended paddle shifters mounted on the guiding section. The rearward sitting arrangement isn't generally so open as in the M3, however, the space is still really usable for traveler obligation. Picking the convertible body style opens limitless headroom. Essentially, bring down the retractable texture top.